Um, Good morning. This is Azhar. My student ID is 253000963. Today I will discuss how the early years learning framework version 2 impacts assessment and planning in early childhood education. This session explores how EY version 2 can be used to enhance learning outcomes for every child. Sense of self, community connections, well-being, and confidence in learning, and also in communication skills. I will briefly outline here EY version 2 principle, three approaches to assessment, teaching learning cycle, and how this inform intentional responsive curriculum decisions that support meaningful learning for all children. Moving on to next slide, overview of EYLF version 2 is Australia's national framework, as we all know that, for early childhood education. It represents Australia's vision children learning and development by guiding educators to deliver inclusive, high quality and cultural relevant education. While version 2 builds on original framework, placing greater emphasis on it helps educators form genuine relationship with children, families, and communities and respond to each child's strength and needs. Uh, this framework is underpinned by three core elements. First one is principle that secure relationship, equity, and diversity. Second one is practice, such as play-based learning, intentional teaching. Third one is outcomes that defines what we aim to achieve for every child. Moving on to next slide. Five key learning outcomes of EYLF version 2. The early years learning framework version 2 identifies five essential outcomes that guides early uh, learning outcomes. These outcomes focus on supporting children holistic development and well-being. First one is children have a strong sense of identity. It means children feel safe, secure, and supported. They develop confidence in who they are and a sense of belonging. Second one is children are connected with and contribute to their world. Children learn to engage with others, respect diversity, and actively participate in their communities and development. Third one is children have a strong sense of well-being. This means encompasses both physical and emotional well-being, helps children build a resilience and develop a positive outcomes from life. Fourth one is children are confident in involved learners. It is very important. Last one is that children are effective in communicators. This involves children expressing themselves through a language, creativity, arts, literature, and digital tools, helping to connect, making a meaning of their experience. Next slide, three main approaches to assessment. Um, Assessment plays a critical role in early childhood, as we all know that. It involves educators to understand children's developmental progress and adjust their teaching strategies to better meet each child needs. The EYLF has three assessment. First one is a formative. This is continuous formal process of observing and interacting with children during their activity. It helps educators to gain a real-time insight into the early child's learning. Second one is a summative assessment. This type of assessment occurs at a specific point in time, usually at the end of the learning cycle. It improves a summary of a child development over a period, helping educators to understand cumulative progress. Third one is a diagnostic assessment. This assessment identifies a child's current knowledge, skills, and area needing support, or often conducted before instructions begin. So move on to the next slide. The teaching learning cycle. The teaching learning cycle is a dynamic cycle, ongoing progress that supports educators in designing purposeful and individualized learning experience. This cycle supported educators in making informed curriculum decisions, aligning with EY version 2 outcomes and enhancing children's learning experience. There are 6 stages. First one is observe, to gather authentic insight into a child behavior, interest, and in developmental stage. Observation is very important. For this, educators watch, listen to a children's play interactions, language use, and participation in daily routine. Second one is analyze learning, to interpret observed behaviors, interactions to understand their children learning process, how it is done. Educators reflect on what the children is going thinking. Third one is a documentation, to record children learning journey through their various format. Educator can use photos, notes, learning stories, or digital portfolio to moment learning. Fourth one is a plan, to intentional design experience that build on children interests, strength, and developmental needs. And fifth one is implement, to bring the planned and learning experience to life. Last one is a reflect, to evaluate the effectiveness to learning experience. Its cycle outcomes align principle practices and which aims to direct educators toward a holistic development. So it is very important to get feedback from children, family, and colleagues informs every stage. So effective curriculum and decision making. Decision and effective curriculum requires thoughtful, informed decisions that are responsive for each child's needs. There are some key points. The first one, data-driven decision, I can say. Empowering educators. Third one, alignment and eval of outcomes. Fourth one, flexible and adaptive curriculum. Fifth one, family and community. Yep, and so we can move to the next slide, that is conclusions. So to conclude today's sessions, we explored the integration of EVL version 2 and the teaching learning cycle and 3 primary approaches to assessment, all in relationship effective curriculum decision making. I encourage you, each of you, to take a moment to reflect your current approaches and consider the further reflection and collaboration could enrich your professional practice. For your understanding and deeper understanding, I have included a list of references informed in these sessions. I invite you to explore the continued building knowledge and confidence in this area. If you have any questions, would you like to discuss any points over the today's, please feel free to ask me. I'm happy to clarify or expand and aspect to sessions. Thank you for all engagement and community high quality early childhood education. Actually, this career is very new for me as well. I'm gathering knowledge as well, and I will amplification it too in my real-time world, in my real job. Let's see how it goes. So I think no questions. If you have questions, please email me or text me. So that is the end of my sessions. Thank you so much for your time. Thank you, my educators, Deborah William. She supported me a lot.